By the free safety, Eric Berry. There he goes, left side. And this will be a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. If you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player.
On second down, here's Love. Caught, Kelsey, left side. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll get this down to about the 30-31-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To your right. Tempo. Back up. 290.
Throwing on 3rd down, Love. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. To go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They run with a Hall of Famer, Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him. Take one guy, two guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
To throw, it's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Love. Pass, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Randy Moss, 47 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know some people express surprise when Barry Sanders catches the football because his rushing numbers get most of the attention, but he also contributed in his career in the passing game like we just saw there.
Yeah, he had nearly 3,000 career receiving yards, and I think that gets overshadowed by the over 15,000 rushing yards that Mr. Sanders had. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete to Sharp. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Slant route caught by Edelman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this one is going to just tuck into the... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. That doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rodgers going to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
That's fine. Yeah.
On play action, now Rodgers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rodgers now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. That's complete to Sharp. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's going to be caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. John Randall in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And we're back now in Charlotte. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Love. Throw left side complete. That's Gonzalez. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Luck now on second down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now it's Gurley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Let it roll, let it roll.
Throwing is Love. It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 49 yards. So it's first and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time, but you got to score here first. On first and goal, Gurley. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now fourth down and goal. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. is on the money. It's good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
319.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup at 34 yards. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll run with Barry Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, as I said, can take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go, come on. Mucho tiene.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you.